an emerging practice in Ghana,
right,
where, in fact, permanent workers are being terminated and they are giving contracts.
Yeah.
So at the end of the contract, they keep renewing for them. Now, this situation is one of concern because it is emerging and destroying permanent work. The law on it was discussed by the Court of Appeal in one commercial bank case, in which the court said that if the job you are doing is seasonal in nature, or it is intermittent, then contract agreements for a specific period will be legal. However, if it's a permanent job, the work that you actually do is permanent in nature. The employer, instead of giving you a permanent appointment, keeps renewing every year so as to reduce your rights and intimidate you into insisting on certain, because at the end of the 2 years or 3 years, contract period, the employer is not under any obligation to renew it. That reduces your negotiation ability and strength. So the court said that will not be in tandem with the spirit and letter of the Labor Act. So it will depend on if the worker wants to take up the matter, to take it up. I mean, I know that certain circles or certain trade unions have discussed this matter and in the process of fighting it.
What is it that the employers try to avoid, or what is the benefit they try to gain unduly by keeping people on contract basis rather than giving them permanent employment status?
And so they weaken the worker. Because if your employment is not permanent, you will always try to go to whatever the employer says, so that at the end of the contract period, you may get an extension. So it weakens you in your negotiation and provides some uncertainty in your future. So the employer, knowing this will weaken you, will give you a contract and then will give you any terms that they wish. Because you don't.
And apart from that, we have heard of issues, for example, like your medicals and other things. Because you're not on a permanent employee, you are not entitled when they do that to you.
No, it will depend on the terms of the agreement. If the contract provides for those things, you'll be provided. The significant thing is the permanence or otherwise of the employment. The lack of certainty of your future employment.
Right.
It's creating, adversely, thoughts and, as it were, conditions that are not favorable to the worker.
Yes, and what do you want to add to that?